Hey guys, are you thinking about moving to Columbia, South Carolina, and you're not sure if you should rent or buy a home? Well, stay tuned. We are talking about renting versus buying here in Columbia and the surrounding areas, and that video starts right now. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. So today we are talking about renting versus buying here in Columbia, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas. My name is Shayna Fleming with the Fleming team. And I just want to say really quick, thank you guys for tuning in, all your support. We really appreciate it. If it's your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. That way you are notified every time we post videos like this one. All right, let's get into it. First, we are going to talk about the costs, right? So here on the northeast side of Columbia, which is primarily what we're going to be talking about in this video. I did the research for you already, guys. There's not a ton of homes out there on the market right now, but what is available is somewhere between $1,450 to $1,500. And for that amount, you would get a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, some with garages, some without. Most of them are either apartments or townhomes, so some may not even have a garage. And the square footage is about the same for most of these, so about 12 to 1,300 square feet. Now, if you're looking at purchasing a home for that same monthly payment of $1,500, you could get a brand new house, for anywhere from $235,000 to $275,000. It just depends on your financing type and how much money you're going to put down for your mortgage. And so with that, you're looking at a brand new home, 2-car garage, over 2,000 square feet, anywhere from 3 to 5 bedrooms, and that's pretty sweet. So I just posted a picture of a brand new construction home that you see there, and this home has 5 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and is 2,200 square feet. And you can get this house right now in today's market for $270,000. So I would say the better route would be to buy. I don't know. So next we are going to talk about availability. Now, this is super important because if you're on a time crunch or, you're moving here, you're going to need something to live in. And I've already done the homework for you guys. There is nothing out there as far as rentals. Now, if you're okay with living in an apartment, then yeah, you probably are able to find some. But even Cameron and I, when we were selling our home, were looking for apartments, and there was a wait list for months. So with availability for renting, you're almost gonna have to take what you can get, and there's not much out there. As far as buying, you're gonna have an array of options, whether it's a resale home or a new construction home. And the great thing about that is, with new construction, you're able to choose some of those options like flooring and paint color, carpet color, granite color. And that takes me to another point. These features, these up-to-date features in modern things that newer homes have, you're not going to get that in a rental. You're not going to get that, especially, in a rental for $1,500. More than likely, these are going to be older homes that have Formica countertops or solid surface countertops. And so for the same price of owning a home, you can have nice, new, shiny granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and all the bells and whistles that come with a newer home. All right, guys, next up on the list of renting versus buying is maintenance. So when you have a rental, you could take the time, if you're pretty handy, to fix things that break in your rental, but most of the times you're gonna have to reach out to your landlord or the property management company and wait for them to have someone sent out to fix those things. And sometimes, in most cases, if you're dealing with the landlord, more than likely they're gonna be the handyman, right? They're gonna try to come and put a Band-Aid on those items and fix those things. Or if you're with, if you have a rental that's with a property management company, they probably have one handyman, and that handyman could be managing 10, 20, 30, sometimes 100 properties. So unless it is a dire emergency, like a pipe bursted or you don't have heat in the winter, you may wait a few weeks for items to be repaired in the home unless you do them yourself, right? And why do you want to invest money into a home that you don't own? So when you look at owning a home, yes, you will have to be responsible for the maintenance, but there's so many options around owning your own home. You can have a, you can have a home warranty where you just pay a service fee and someone could come out and fix any issues that you have in your home. Or again, if you're handy, you could save some money by fixing those items yourself, or create a savings account towards maintenance on your home. And then fixing those items and keeping up is really just giving you pride and ownership in taking care of something. So, do you want to be at the behest of a landlord, and when they have the time to come fix the items that you feel like need to be repaired or when they deem necessary? Or would you rather be on your own time, fix items as they come that need to be taken care of in your own time, where you're happy with the work, how it's done, and to your satisfaction? All right, guys, so we're about halfway through, and I'm curious, what are your thoughts on renting versus buying? Do you prefer to rent, or do you prefer to own your own home? I'd love to know. Drop the comments below and we'll respond with any comments or questions that you may have for us. All right, guys, let's move right along. Next on my list is ease of entry. And you may ask, well, Shayna, what do you mean by that? What I mean is, here in South Carolina, or Columbia specifically, the ease of entry can be very important to a consumer, right? That's coming into our market, moving here from somewhere else, whether you're PCSing, relocating for work, or just moving somewhere different now that you can work from home, right? You can work from anywhere. So in Columbia, there is not a specific group of people that help renters find homes. So you're kind of on your own when it comes to finding a rental. You either have to reach out to a property management company, which they work for the landlord, or you have to pay for, a list of rentals in the area, or you just have to search on Zillow and hope that you make the call first before someone else gets that rental, right? Versus if you're buying a home, you can hire a realtor. And side note, as a buyer, you don't have to pay for your agent. The seller pays for them. So that is great news for you. You're going to have someone that's an expert in the area, that's knowledgeable in buying homes, and that's going to help you create an awesome deal and an awesome home for you and your family. Next up on my list is long-term versus short-term. So when you think about rentals, definitely a short-term situation, right? Now, I have heard of the occasional, I've been renting this house for 10 years, and it just blows my mind, right? That 10 years you've been paying off someone else's mortgage. Let that sink in, guys. Also, when I mean long-term versus short-term, so it's the landlord's house. It's someone else's home that you're renting. So at any point in time, and I've gotten so many calls over the last 12 months from people who are renting that are saying, my landlord has decided he wants to sell, and he's telling me I need to be out in 60 days. They can do that, guys. They can tell you they want you out at any point. Now, of course, you do have, laws that protect you as a renter, but they can still evict you. They can still give you a 60-day notice if you're, not in a contract, you're there living month to month. Or tell you, at the end of your lease, I'm not renewing it, I'm going to sell. And so, that can put you in a tough spot if, there's not any rentals available, or you're comfortable, you're settled in with a family and kids that go to this specific school, or, this house is 10 minutes from your job, or just whatever your situation is. Sorry, guys, the kids in the back. But yes, so to my point, long-term versus short-term. Now, you can also buy a home and live in it short-term as well, or it can be long-term, but ultimately you are the arbiter of how long you stay in that house, right? You get to decide, am I going to be here for 2 years? If you're military, maybe you're here for 2 or 3 years at Fort Jackson, and then you're going to PCS to your next duty station. So you get to decide that. You can sell in a couple years and make some money versus living in a rental for 2 years, and when you move, you may not even get your deposit back. So those are just things to think about, short-term versus long-term. Even if you've been in that rental for 10 years, imagine if you were living in a home that you owned for 10 years, how much equity you would have. It would be insane. So those are just things to think about when you're comparing renting versus buying. Even if you're going to be here short-term, let's weigh the options, and the best thing for you to do is to know all your options, right? So reach out to us. Let's get you with the lender. Let's create a scenario around you buying a home. And then from there, you can decide, does it make more sense for me to buy, or does it make more sense for me to rent? Okay, guys, so there you have it. My recommendations on renting versus buying. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please make sure you give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to grab your complimentary buyer's or seller's guide in the description below. We'll send you a e-copy of it, and it'll just come right to your email. Also, if this is your first time checking us out, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every time we post videos like this one. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, bye. All right, guys, next up on the list of renting versus buying in regards to renting versus buying. All right, so okay, guys,